Welcome to the Oxford Clay Pottery Podcast. I'm Catherine Tomlinson and I started an eco conscious pottery company called Oxford Clay. Now, Oxford Clay, I don't just make pottery, I also make books and courses for other potters who want to be more environmentally friendly in their pottery making. And that's what this podcast is all about. And I can't wait to get started. Let's go. Hello, welcome back to the Oxford Clay Pottery Podcast. I'm your host, Catherine Tomlinson, and today's episode is just like an introduction, really, to tell you about a new series that I've done on the podcast and also on YouTube. This series is basically all about like making a mug, a raw glazed mug in real time, kind of real time. I suppose it's not real time, 'cause then it would be actually like waiting a week of like silence for it to dry. But like, it's basically like showing you every single step that I would like do that I go through that I to make a mug basically. So I need a new mug. I want a nice big mug for like a cup of tea, and I thought, why not like do a series where I actually make it on the podcast. So episode one of this series, it's going to be like a 10-part series, is preparing to make your mug. So we're looking at like what you need to kind of like throw a mug on the potter's wheel. So we're going to be making the mug on the potter's wheel, pulling the handle, raw glazing the mug, or we're going to make our own glaze, raw glaze the mug, and then we're going to fire it. So yeah, so episode one is preparing to make your mug. So what do you need? What kind of things you need to think about for like, what clay do you want to use for making your mug on the potter's wheel? And the things you need to sort of like prepare for making your pot on the potter's wheel. Episode two will be about actually making the mug on the potter's wheel. So we'll go through centering the clay, sort of spreading the clay out, bringing the clay up, and then shaping the clay into our like mug design. Episode three will be how to pull a handle. And yeah, I'll show you that, if you've never pulled a handle before and you're like, what? Can I do this? Yes, you absolutely can. It's really simple. And episode three will be all about that, like how to pull a handle for your mug. And then episode four is we're going to turn the mug. So this is when you flip it upside down and you just like, some people call this trimming as well. And it's when you're just like making the base, the foot of the mug, really nice, like shaping it really nice. And you do that again on the potter's wheel. So we're going to be doing that in episode four. So turning the mug. Episode five will be attaching the handle. So this is like, it might seem like, oh, well, why are we doing a whole episode on just like attaching a handle? But this is like a really, really crucial thing, because if the handle's not attached like right, it will crack off and it will kind of like ruin our whole mug. So that's episode five. And then episode six is we're going to be covering flattening the base, a really good technique for making the base like super sharp and flat, of the foot of the mug, and also doing a maker's mark, the all important maker's mark. So if everyone knows that like you made the mug. So we're going to be covering that in episode six. Okay, episode seven, I'm just going to talk you through making a glaze. So we're going to just do it together. We're going to weigh out all the ingredients, and tell you exactly the recipe I'm using, and then you can see how easy it is to make a pottery glaze, how much water I add, how I do it, mix it, sieve it, and then we're going to be so that's just that glaze is suitable for raw glazing. So that is episode seven. Okay, and then episode eight will be actually glazing the mug, and just very similar to glazing, any kind of other pottery that's like bisque fired, but we're going to be raw glazing that mug. So that mug is going to be bone dry, and then we're going to use the glaze we made in episode seven, for episode eight, I'll show you exactly how I'm going to be using that glaze to raw glaze the mug. And then episode nine, I'll show you how I pack the kiln, how I'm going to be like, packing the kiln with some other things and the mug, ready to fire it. And then number 10 is going to be the firing the mug. So I'll tell you about the the firing schedule I use, and yeah, and then we'll see the finished mug in episode 10. So yeah, I'm really excited about this series. It's been like I've been recording some of the episodes, and it's been so fun to do. And yeah, I can't wait to share it with you. It's going to be really good. And if at any point there's like a weird noise or something, and you're listening on the podcast, and you're like, what is happening? You can watch the YouTube version. So I hope it translates to podcast. Like I've tried to like sort of talk through everything I'm doing, but if at any point you're like, you want to see what's happening, then there'll be an accompanying YouTube video, which you can like just click on the link in the podcast episode, and it will take you straight to the YouTube video, and you can just have an actual look at what's happening. So yeah, really excited. And thank you so much for joining me for this episode, and looking forward to sharing these next 10 episodes with you. I thought this would be a really good thing to do for like the celebration of the 100th episode of the podcast. It's been so much fun doing this podcast. Yeah, and I can't wait for the next like 100 episodes and more. And yeah, as a special celebration, I thought let's make a mug. So yeah, so join me for the series, and until then, wishing you very happy potting, and looking forward to seeing you then. Goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me on that episode. And if you want to find out more about eco-friendly pottery, head over to the Oxford Clay website, which is www.oxfordclay.co.uk. Can't wait to see you there.